Podcasts. Before there was Superman, before Batman, there was a mysterious figure in a purple suit who changed comics forever.
Ah, the Phantom, the original costumed superhero who first appeared in 1936, 2 years before Superman.
Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of this groundbreaking character, how he shaped the superhero genre, and why he's more relevant than ever.
You know what's incredible? The Phantom was actually created by Lee Falk when he was just 23 years old.
Wait, really? That young?
Yeah, Falk had already created another successful comic strip called Mandrake the Magician, and King Features invited him to create another one.
And what made the Phantom so revolutionary?
Well, he was the first hero to wear that iconic skin-tight costume that became a hallmark of comic book superheroes.
So Superman's outfit...
Exactly. It all started with the Phantom. Even the pupil-less mask design became a superhero standard.
You know what's fascinating? At its peak, the strip was read by over 100 million people daily.
And it's still running today, after starting in February 1936. That's 89 years of continuous publication.
Let's talk about the character himself. Who exactly is the Phantom?
Well, here's where it gets interesting. The Phantom isn't just one person. It's actually a legacy of heroes passed down from father to son since 1536.
That's such a unique concept for the 1930s.
Right? The current Phantom is actually the 21st in the line. The legacy began when a British sailor named Christopher Walker swore an oath on his father's murderer's skull.
That's pretty dark for a 1930s comic.
And unlike modern superheroes, the Phantom has no superpowers. He relies on his strength, intelligence, and skill with weapons.
Kind of like Batman?
Actually, the Phantom influenced Batman's creation. Both were wealthy characters who fought crime without superpowers and operated from cave hideouts.
So the Phantom had his own Batcave?
Yeah, the Skull Cave. And like Batman, he had his own vehicles and even animal companions. A wolf named Devil and a horse named Hero.
But here's what I find really interesting. The Phantom never became as famous in America as characters like Superman or Batman.
That's true, but he became hugely popular internationally, especially in countries like Australia, Sweden, and India.
Why do you think that happened?
Well, unlike Superman or Batman who operated in American cities, the Phantom's setting in the fictional country of Bangala made him more relatable to international audiences.
And I guess that universal appeal is part of why he's known as the Ghost Who Walks?
Exactly. Because the role passed from father to son, people believed the Phantom was immortal, which connected with various cultural mythologies around the world.
You mentioned earlier about his influence on superhero costumes. Can you elaborate on that?
The inspiration actually came from Robin Hood, but the Phantom's costume became the template for virtually every superhero that followed.
Including the mask design?
Yes. The pupil-less eyes were inspired by ancient Greek and Roman statues, and it became a standard feature in superhero masks.
It's amazing how many superhero tropes started with the Phantom.
He was really a transitional figure between pulp magazine heroes like the Shadow and modern superheroes like Superman.
Let's talk about Lee Falk's creative process. What inspired him to create the Phantom?
Falk drew from a wide range of sources. Greek mythology, King Arthur legends, Tarzan, Zorro, and even the Jungle Book.
That's quite a mix of influences.
And he originally planned to make the Phantom a wealthy playboy named Jimmy Wells.
Which again shows how he influenced Batman's Bruce Wayne character.
Exactly. The Phantom really laid the groundwork for so many superhero conventions we take for granted today.
What about his rogues gallery? Every great hero needs great villains.
The Singh Brotherhood was his first major enemy, inspired by stories of the Thuggy gangs in India.
And he had some unique weapons too, right?
Yes, he carried 2 special rings, one to mark his friends and another for his enemies.
That's such a cool detail.
And he was one of the few heroes who openly carried guns, a .45 automatic and a revolver.
Which was pretty common for heroes of that era, right?
Yes, even early Batman used guns before that aspect of his character changed.
Let's talk about the Phantom's legacy in modern comics.
Well, the concept of legacy heroes that he pioneered has become huge in comics. Just look at characters like Green Lantern or Flash.
And the strip is still running today?
Yes, both the daily and Sunday strips continue, now written by Tony DePaul.
That's incredible staying power for a character from 1936.
And his influence extends beyond comics. He basically created the template for the modern superhero costume.
Do you think the Phantom could work in today's superhero-dominated media landscape?
Absolutely. The legacy hero concept and his focus on fighting injustice are more relevant than ever.
Plus, he's got that built-in international appeal.
Right, and his lack of superpowers makes him more relatable, like Batman or Iron Man.
It's fascinating how this character from 1936 laid the groundwork for today's billion-dollar superhero industry.
And yet, most people don't even realize he was the first costume superhero.
Well, that's why we're here, to unmask these hidden histories.
Just like the Phantom himself, revealing truth and fighting for justice.
And on that note, we've come to the end of today's episode of Copilot Podcasts.
Remember, folks, before there were superheroes, there was the ghost who walks.
And he's still walking today, 89 years later. Thanks for listening.